Thank you for joining Road Tripping. My name is Jon-Paul Francis Taylor, and joining me is Anna Coe.
Anna Coe.
And we're in St. Pete, Florida. We're in Central, and we're at a little Cuban place called Bodegas. So we got one of each thing, 2 drinks. We have this delicious hibiscus drink that they make on site, and they use Florida sugar cane. They press the juice themselves, and they use, I guess, like a salsa water or something like that.
I would say club soda, okay. Probably have fresh sugar cane and brewed hibiscus leaves.
You can taste the sugar cane, definitely very delicious.
Good. Yeah, that tastes like real hibiscus. That's the real thing. They're doing that right from scratch, for sure.
And this is an orange ginger that they have.
Yeah.
And again, you can taste the sugar. I like the hibiscus myself. It is very...
Yeah, the fact that it's not bright orange usually tells you, it's fresh. They're probably fresh squeezing their oranges, fresh pressed ginger, and again, the sugar cane and the club soda.
All right, so let's get into the main event.
That's my favorite.
On the website, they had a frita. Is that correct?
Frita, yes.
Frita. I brought Anna along because her culinary skills are way beyond mine, and her Spanish is way better than mine. Even though I grew up in California, I still can't speak a word. I know grande and things like that. Horchata is one of my favorite drinks.
Nice.
So we ordered the frita, which is a burger.
It is
and
ground pork and ground beef burger. Cooked to order. This was all of the items that we got. They said that this was the reason why our food took so long, but it's cooked to order, and hopefully it's not well done, because I don't like my burgers well done. But this is topped with let's see. I know we've got the frita part of the burger is fried potatoes. I can see those now on a white bun. It was some kind of mayo, something aioli. Was it a chili? You got the menu in your packet, I believe. And what was the other?
This looks messy.
Avocado, tomato, and I believe it's like a chili aioli, which is a mayo.
Cuban style beef and pork burger with spicy mayo, tomato, avocado, and frita sticks on top. And it looks messy.
Looks messy, but all good food is messy.
I will say this took a very long time to receive. Everybody who was in line was getting a Cuban. They did like 3 Cubans like that because they're ready to go. And we ordered a lot of food, so it did take a long time. But they said the frita was cooked to order.
And we decided to eat this first because, burgers are good right off the grill. They're not good, sitting and coming back to it later. This is juicy, very fresh ingredients.
This is it right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's the back side of it.
The tomato is ripe and red. The avocado is perfect. You know how hard it is to get avocados just right. The bun is toasted. And the burger, you can really taste the flavor, pork and beef. I gotta say, this is a good one. This is working for me. What do you think, JP?
This tastes like bison.
You think so?
A little lean.
Kind of lean.
I say that because I just had a bison burger like 2 days ago. I think I misunderstood the menu. I thought it was a beef burger with pulled pork on top of it. I didn't realize it was a pork and beef burger.
Ground pork, ground beef. And it's excellent. As far as burgers go, I'm not even big on burgers, but this is delicious.
Well, this definitely beats the torta sandwich from Taco Bus that I had last week. That made me sick.
So, I would recommend this. On top of the very good energy of this place, we'll give you a picture of the front, but the people have very good energy coming out of there. It's got all the Cuban feels to it, the music, and people all have really good attitudes and happy to serve you and excited about what they're doing and what they're representing here, and it's just a good feel kind of place. Sit out on the sidewalk, go inside for AC, whatever you want to do.
I'm going to say that the burger itself I don't know if I'd go out of my way to get the burger.
Hmm.
There's a lot of burger joints, like Engine Number 9 around the corner, that focus on burgers. This was nothing wrong with it, but you know, it's one of those. Am I going to trek all the way to get this burger?
Maybe not just for the burger.
That's what I'm saying. Now
Okay.
this drink, on the other hand,
yeah, I don't know where you can get one of those.
I would trek to get the drink. And we also have a Cuban sandwich and tempeh that we're going to try as well.
What's next?
This is the big box. This
So this is the plate.
fill everywhere.
You can either get items as a sandwich, of course on a bun, or you can get it as the platos, the plate. Wow, and this is a plate of food.
Now I would drive, I can already tell, out of my way to get
This is gorgeous.
a thing of, I'm going to hold it up.
Hopefully you can see. We've got our slices of, looks very well seasoned tempeh over a spicy slaw, they were calling it. Sauteed bell peppers and onions. We've got a pepper here, and of course black beans and rice. Very Cubano. And we have to squeeze that lime over top. And I will definitely eat that cilantro.
And I'm going to have some more of this hibiscus.
Right. You know what we did not grab? Forks. Alright. Do you want to take first taste? Tell us what you think. Come on. I did.
Well, I'm going to go for the
burger.
rice and beans.
Okay.
Though I know they'll be fine. I can't make rice and beans at home.
There's
They don't
technique for sure.
mean. Is there a particular kind of fat they got in the beans, or lard? I heard lard in some places. And
Definitely, yeah.
Jose's did. He did yellow rice, didn't
Oh, and there's also sweet plantains in here. I just hit them on the bottom, and I don't know. If you don't like sweet plantains, I don't know what's wrong with you. So this is pretty much my first experience with tempeh.
he? I love tempeh.
Yeah?
Other than it's a soy product, which is on the list of GMO.
The most GMO things are the soy, wheat, and corn.
No, my favorite. Corn is my favorite. I just wish it was a little bit more healthier. I can put corn in anything. I put corn in my chili. This is good. The spice is it's seasoned well. I'm kind of curious what they do with the sandwich.
The tempeh.
Oh, that was plantain.
So tempeh. What do we think about tempeh?
I've had one at Mellow Mushroom. I love it there. That's a sandwich.
I'm trying to get an idea of what I'm eating here.
It's a marinated tofu.
It looks more like legumes or something, doesn't it? I mean, look, this is like grains of some kind, or like it looks like split lentils or something.
I want to try this jicama slaw.
I don't think this is the jicama. This is just cabbage.
This is just They said
Spicy slaw. They have a jicama slaw, but this is not it.
That's a spicy slaw.
And
Good.
I love how they just give you a whole, a half, in case you need that spice.
I think you need the slaw with the tempeh.
A little bit of everything, right? In one bite. Just got all the peppers. It's got great flavor. I mean, it's fresh. And I wouldn't be doing this at home, so that's usually how I kind of judge on like what I'm going to order when I go out. It's something I wouldn't do at home. Overall, I would say this is good, fresh, nice crunch. You get your veggies, which I'm a huge fan of. I believe you should be eating veggies 3 times a day. Cabbage especially is a good one. Protein, lots of black beans and rice. Great medley of flavor. It's very Cuban. It's very good.
I like this as a whole.
And the plantains.
I like this as a whole box of lunch. It was $8.
Mm-hmm.
You get black beans, rice, the slaw, the plantains, the tempeh, some peppers in there.
But this is not going to be my favorite thing.
I really would like to see how they do the sandwich. Unfortunately,
Well, the sandwich is going to be the tempeh with the slaw on a bun.
Yeah.
That's what the menu. So. I can imagine that.
I like that.
It's really good. And it just depends on what you're looking for, right?
I love
mean,
the tempeh is seasoned really good.
It is. It's got a ton of seasoning on it. I just don't have a lot of experience with tempeh, so I don't really know what to compare it to. I'm going to move on to the next one.
Yep.
So, would we recommend this?
For lunch, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
good, healthy.
It's a complete lunch. Good. Yeah.
You're going to feel good after eating this.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Now on to the main event.
The Cuban. So, what defines a Cuban restaurant more than the sandwich, right?
Well, for anybody who doesn't know what a Cuban sandwich is, which when I grew up in California, I never heard of a Cuban sandwich, so I moved to Florida. So a Cuban is an Italian, French roll, correct?
There is a specific way to make a Cuban bread.
Yeah, they call it Cuban bread, but
Cuban bread. And it's got the signature slice down the middle of the bread, the mark before it's baked.
Now, in Miami, they add salami to a Cuban.
Look at the cheese. That looks good.
A Cuban is a crusty Cuban bread. I don't even know the origin of the country. It does have Swiss cheese on there. It's going to have roast pork. It's going to have ham, Swiss cheese. Pickles is an option, but very traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Mayo and mustard. And even the mayo has been questioned as far as traditional, because back then they didn't have refrigeration. A Cuban sandwich was founded or put together and popularized in Key West and Tampa. Miami battled it for quite a bit. They say that Miami was the home of the Cuban, but it was in the paper. I mean, even the Miami Herald said Tampa does have the right, that they actually, a couple brothers working at a cigar factory, and they must have gone back to Key West as well, back and forth maybe.
And for those of you that don't know the history with Tampa, we're talking about Ybor City is the Cuban district. That's some deep history.
Now, I've had a Cuban sandwich that had, instead of the roast pork, it was pulled pork. And the guy who made it said that's how they make it in Cuba. And I have to say, because it was different, I loved it. It was amazing. And I haven't seen anywhere do it that often. I don't know if that's a Cuban thing or not. You can get them loaded. You can get lettuce, tomato, cheese, and
I have seen them with lettuce and tomato and onion
and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, shall we go
I've done jalapenos and all that.
Yeah,
so
that would be good.
So the question of this was
This is the roast pork, so it's going to be pulled.
This is an $8 Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see that.
And I have had many a Cuban in my time, and this looks like a really good one.
Yeah. Very good.
Tons of flavor.
Very good.
The definer of the Cuban sandwich is all about the pork, the lechon, and this has got it. And I must say, the ham offers a ton of flavor as well. I'm not sure what kind of ham they're using, but it's really it stands out really good. I mean, you can even see it. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuban sandwiches also, they're pressed. They call them, a lot of places just call them pressed Cubans. They don't even say pressed Cuban sandwich. They put it on sort of like a panini press, but it's flat. So a lot of these are pre-made, and then around the Bay Area, they're pre-made, and then when you order it, they just spend the 2 minutes to grill it. Would you say this is pressed long enough, or?
When I opened it and I saw that cheese, for me that defines done.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people are. I've been to places where they're like all about like getting you your food as fast as possible, and I'm like, please, no hurry. Let that cheese melt and let that, and you got to get that nice crunch on the outside of the bread.
I have to say that before I got here, I was telling her about a place I go, convenience store that sells Cubans for $3.49, I think, and I go there quite a bit. And they load it if you want it loaded. They do traditional, and they're pretty good. Until you have this. Then you go, this is an $8 Cuban. This
Yep.
is, I mean, or this could be more.
Yeah.
The quality of the meat is actually outstanding. So
They're absolutely doing it.
the ham,
From
the
scratch.
saltiness of the ham is really stands out.
Really good quality ham.
And then the next bite is the roast pork.
Mhm.
This is, I have to say, but this is of the 3 things we had, this is like the one I'm like,
And
okay.
we weren't even sure we were going to order the Cuban because we were like, oh, really glad we did. Really glad we did.
Wow.
And I must say the bread, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's not worth it to me to eat the carbohydrates, to eat the bread, unless it's really good. And this one's worth it. This one's
Very
worth
good.
it.
Yeah. All right, some hibiscus I need some beverage to wash down my sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Cold
That-
fiction.
That wasn't a very good Samuel L. Jackson.
So, bodegas. I would come back here. I would recommend it.
Well, I would definitely
Very affordable.
recommend it. I definitely would go with the Cuban sandwich and the black beans and rice,
Very good.
and I want to try the jicama slaw.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sodas, absolutely. That's a well-rounded meal.
I do like the soda.
And I'm gonna finish the sandwich. I'm gonna finish the sandwich. It's very good.
Yep.
I
Probably our favorite of the 3 items we just